Well, hey guys, this is Dan David. I'm traveling on my way to Ottawa right now. Going to be ministering at a church on Sunday, one that airs on Vision TV. It's a really cool, wonderful French church with a lot of young people, older people, people of all ages, from babies and children to young adults to older adults to people who can be my grandparents. People of all ages, looking forward to that. This church will air on Vision TV as well, and I'm excited to minister there and lift many people together and bring unity as well. But on my way here, I just decided to stop for a second because this is a topic that's probably on the hearts of many Torontonians. This is just a Toronto-related matter, so if you're not from Toronto, you feel free to just shut off the video if you're not interested in Toronto-related issues. But this is something that a lot of people may have different opinions about. Most people that I know are in favor of my opinion, but some people have a different opinion. But so I'm just going to clear it up because I'm really busy and I don't have the time to respond to people usually on social media, as I'm in so many different meetings. But now we have a new, I guess, Rob Ford got elected and he's going to be in power. So there's a conservative government now in power in our province of Ontario. And so that's exciting for a lot of people who hold on to Jewish and Christian values because they love the conservative, government. They love Rob Ford. I know some people disagree and some people think he's this and that, but he's looking to hold up some really great values and to stand up for a lot of good, wonderful principles that will bless this nation. The couple points I wanted to bring up about that, and again, I don't plan to talk too much about politics, but this is important for Toronto people. He is obviously going to stand up for the right values, and it's important for a lot of parents who have little children that don't want their children to be exposed to all kind of sexual education that is very inappropriate for little children. And he's going to work to clean that up and clean up that mess and to fix up the problem. But a couple of things for me that I also believe is that he's going to make sure the real estate prices in Toronto are going to go up and going to skyrocket up. That's what I believe. And some people may have a problem with that because perhaps there are a lot of people who are very poor or less fortunate, whatever you call them. Again, the word less fortunate is very... it's based on perspective, or it depends how you see it, because most of us, if we sit next to Warren Buffett, we're all less fortunate. But so it just depends who we're comparing here with. But let's just talk about those who are poor and less fortunate in a general sense. They have a problem with the idea that, perhaps it's, prices of homes are going to skyrocket. And, I'm sure you can ask any qualified realtor and they'll tell you the truth, that it's probably going to be the case. And he's probably going to, this new person, Rob Ford, is probably going to fight for that. Some people seem to have an issue with that. Well, here's my point to tell you why you're wrong. And certainly I believe you're wrong with great conviction. First of all, Toronto is an expensive city, and it's a city that has about 8 million people in the greater areas. The demand to be here is huge. The supply of homes here is very limited, okay? No need to believe any other lies. The supply is very limited here. But also the people coming here from other countries like China and Persia, Persian people from Iran, they're coming here with huge amounts of money. Like some of them are coming here with $1 billion per family, not a million, $1 billion per family. And so they buy homes like crazy. And because they buy like crazy, the demand goes up, the values goes up. And this helps the whole country. This helps Canada's economy. This helps the economy. I mean, this helps obviously people who have bought previously, who see their values rising up. That's why they're investing for the future. This helps a lot of people who are Jewish Christian believers who are supporting many charities and causes. Of course, people of all other nations and all that too, but this is a lot of people's nest egg investment. This is a lot of people's, it helps the country overall. So this is a very positive thing if prices will go up, because it goes up for people who already own homes or who have invested. People who are less fortunate need to understand that it's just a very expensive city because of demand and because many immigrants are going to keep coming here. We have the best jobs in town, safety, clean city. It's one of the best cities in the world. If people can't afford to live here, you should just know that you can't afford to live here. It's just like, let's give it an example. Manhattan, New York is more expensive than Toronto. Let's just say I want to buy a home in Manhattan that's worth $2.4 million, but I can only afford something in the 1.2 million range. Let's just say with mortgage payment, taking the mortgage and all that, that's what I'm comfortable with. Let's just say I'm just giving you an example. And I like a home that's 2.4 million. I say, I gotta move to Manhattan. This is the right home for me. I need a studio to record music. I need my offices. I do work in a ministry and do some non-profit projects as well. But let's just say, as far as my, quote-unquote investment world goes, nothing to do with my non-profit work or any ministry that I'm running. Let's just say that based on that, I want to buy a home for 4.4, but I can only afford 1.2 million. Well, I need to then take note that I can't afford the home that I want in this particular town of Manhattan. And I will need to consider that maybe I need to move to a different area, like the one that's cheaper. And so it is with Toronto. There's many options for people to rent, to get apartments. There's many options with rentals. And there's cheaper areas, like Scarborough in Toronto is a cheaper area. They have a high crime rates, but it's a much cheaper area. Scarborough, then it gets cheaper in other areas like Barrie, which is about 45 minutes north, or even little cities like Cambridge, which is about 45 to 55 minutes west of Toronto. So there's a lot of options of just moving to cheaper suburbs or cheaper towns outside of Toronto. But let's just say I'm one of those people that wants prices to go down, which is not the case. I definitely don't want that. But let's just say I want to move to Manhattan, and again, I want that for $2.4 million home, and I'm saying, oh, I'm praying for the prices to go down, then I'll be able to afford it. Well, if it goes down even by $300,000, that's going to still be worth $2.1 million. I'm still not going to be able to afford it. So you're wishing doom and gloom that is useless, and there's no point for that. It's going to hurt the country. It's going to hurt the economy. It's going to hurt all those people who have invested in this home. So that doesn't make any sense to wish for that. It's just better to relocate to a cheaper area. You know, it's almost like if somebody buys gold and they want gold prices to skyrocket. Well, if gold will skyrocket, there'll be a lot of other problems to worry about. Like, you know, maybe your life will be at stake at that point if gold skyrockets the way some people want it to. So it's important to be balanced and to have the right perspective, so that you don't wish for something that will benefit you but will cause a disaster elsewhere. So no, it's the wrong approach. I mean, people who can't afford buying a suitable home in Toronto or even a condo should look at options like renting and moving to cheaper areas. And there's nothing wrong with that. Cambridge is a beautiful little town, beautiful city. I go there sometimes, and I used to own a home there. And one of my biggest regrets in business is selling that home. That was my biggest regret in business. It's a great area. So, again, think perspective and understand that you know there are things that benefit the entire country. So we have to be mindful of that. Amen. So as for me, I believe Rob Ford is going to do great things, and you know, I don't know him as a person, but I believe he'll do things that benefit the country. So thank you, and I got to continue driving to Ottawa. I have a big event to prepare. Thank you. Bye.